Hi guys, welcome to my video blog for SP2. Here I'm just going to be talking about how we're getting on so far with the project and where we need to progress next with what we need to do. And so far I've been really enjoying it. It was a really good assignment to go into. I'm enjoying researching different processes of adaptation. That there's more to it than just adapting a book into a film. That there's different, so many different areas and to go into it, how one message is taken and is seen or listened or heard to in different ways. Carly's been really good fun to work with as well. She's really good hard worker she is, and her stuff that she's done for the animation so far has been really good. For first trial. She's done a really good job. I just think we need to experiment a little bit more before we properly go into the animation. I think because it's such a difficult process that we just need to take our time with it. If we just rush into it and then just end up with something that is not quite what we're looking for, then I think yeah, we need to kind of look through a little bit more of where else we can go with it, and just have some more experiments with drawing and see where we can go from there. She's been having a try on Flash as well, and with Photoshop, with the graphics tablet, and with our drawings. And yeah, it's been looking good so far. I mean, so far I've been looking at different animators, such as Richard Williams and Don Bluth, because I'm a big admirer of Don Bluth in particular, particularly with his animated films and also his drawing style as well, which is very surreal and very edgy as well. Richard Williams as well is also really impressive. If you've seen any of his films like The Thief and the Cobbler or his adaptation of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, he has a very sort of very expressive, very intense style of drawing. We're trying to sort of reflect something like that within our animation, but we want to try and create our own visual style as well. We want to try and see if we can find other ways of animating a character. Carly is still working on the song as well. We're trying to find some people who can help us with it. We understand so far the basis of what the songs are going to be about. It's a sort of a somber indie song, which at the same time reflects the poignancy of Blake's poem. And yeah, that's all been going good. We need to work on a little bit of who is going to help us record the song with us as well. So we need to start working on that. Um, as for the story is one of the most important aspect that we're focusing on as well, because particularly with the time that we have in order to do the animation, it may change or be altered simply because of the time scale it takes to animate a scene or create a backdrop as well. And with that in mind, we need to try and think a little bit more about where the story is going to go, because that's what the most important aspect of it all, and seeing how it relates to Blake's poem as well through his descriptions. So that's the one important thing that we need to work on a little bit and develop and get right and prepare before we plan or make a schedule of the scenes to animate. But I think once we got that sorted, well, we should be able to go on through that as well. It's just an understanding of what to get into that scene so the audience can understand what it's all about. And it may change through time, but I think it will benefit us for working on it as well. And for Carly, she's brilliant. She's a real pleasure to work with. She's really enthusiastic about it. I'm more than happy to help her through it to develop to develop it, and especially with Flash as well. So I'll start bringing in my laptop more often for her to have a play around. And it will be good to go further with it and to explore different ways of doing it. And yeah, it's all been great, all really good. One particular area I kind of want to improve on or develop on, which I haven't done quite well in the past, is on audio, particularly when it comes to recording the song and getting that sorted in the edit. I want to kind of work a little bit more to gain more of an understanding of the audio levels, how they work, making sure that they don't peak. So that's an area that I kind of want to progress into as well to start developing upon. For the creative influences, yeah, pretty much the animators Don Bluth and Richard Williams have been a huge influence in the style of our character animation for it and design. And I want to look further into seeing where else we can go with it as well, and try to sometime in the next few weeks decide on the final character design. So working on that and seeing, yeah, just experimenting really, yeah, not rushing into it and just seeing where else we can take it with the mediums and seeing for ourselves what else we can use in order to animate. I mean, before in the past I've used pencil and pen to animate, and it's been easier for me anyway. But I think to add some atmosphere to it and to bring something new would be nice to explore with different things like charcoal and paint, just to make it more interesting and to make it different as well. Because I think that's the most important as well for me to explore with and just see where else I can go with it. So once we get the story finally organized and or finished, then we can begin to plan the production schedule. Sorry, I'm talking gibberish. The production schedule as well, so we know how many scenes we need to animate and what needs to be in those scenes. No. And with Carly as well, she's done a really good job. We're just going to go further with what we need to do next. Have another meeting of where else we can go. And yes, so it's all good. So things we've gotten on with, and some things we need to develop upon, and some things I want to improve for myself as well. So yeah, that's it. So thank you for listening.